Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Wednesday Wine with Ana Belaval. We are coming to you live from Chicago, Illinois. It's such a pleasure to be here and to have made it to yet another Wednesday, hump day. I know I say it every Wednesday, but God, I hate Wednesdays. I'm so sorry. They're just in the way, and things happen to me on Wednesday. I mean, granted, my daughter was born on a Wednesday, but she was supposed to be born on Tuesday. So I try and forget that. I try and pretend that she really was born on a Tuesday. But thankfully, we are here. We are safe. We are healthy, and we are ready for some Wednesday wine. Wine brought to you by Costco. Because, this is not really about the wine. It's about the drinking. Cheers. Salud. Here's to making it to another week. Congratulations to those of you who were able to send your children away, to school. I hope that they remain healthy and you don't have to put them back home and deal with them. I'm preparing for virtual learning, which promises to be a you-know-what kind of show. But I'm glad that you all made it here. I'm excited. Thank you, Carmen and Brenda and Sonia, and of course, Sweary Mary for joining me. I know why Sweary Mary's joining me. She's joining me because she loves my Wednesday wine friend that's joining me today. Did you like the fan, Mary? Mary's saying that she loves the fan. And not that she's a fan, but she loves the fan because this is my premenopausal fan. And right before we went on, I said to my husband, please turn on the fan. And of course, he's a guy, so he put it a little too high. And now I look like Beyonce. I'm going to do it like this the entire time. And the light is shifting, so I had to put my light closer, but it doesn't matter. I'm very happy that you're all here. Oh, thank you. These earrings are, of course, from Puerto Rico, but I think I bought them at Mango. Now I don't remember. Hi, Karen. Sweary Mary, everyone's saying hi to you. God. So yesterday I sprayed perfume in my eyes right before going to work, and today I got really upset because someone did not cut me off at the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru, but cut off the car behind me. And I had maybe a 15-minute rant on Facebook that you can check, and you'll probably feel identified with. So I really need a good laugh. I don't know if you guys know that I do stand-up comedy. I started about 10 years ago, or maybe 11 years ago, because a back then young, handsome comedian, Pat McGann, had this great idea of having famous people in Chicago try their hand at stand-up comedy. And he would pair us with professional stand-up comedians. And in my case, I cheated, and it was Mike Toomey, who was also a friend of the morning show. And Mike was my coach. And I've always wanted to do stand-up comedy. Mike Toomey knew that and said, this is your moment. And we did a show called Stand Up Chicago and the Chicago Stand Up Project. And Pat and I later on hosted the version that we did for WTTW. So Pat is a good friend, a mentor, like a little brother, and all sorts of great things. So I was super excited to be part of the audience for his first ever special that Sebastian Maniscalco, another amazing Chicago comedian, produced for him. He shot it last year at the Vic before all hell broke loose. And I never knew that it would be resonating once it aired during quarantine. Catch it. It's called When Is Mom Gonna Be Home? And it's on Amazon and iTunes. And you better be drinking water because I know you were playing golf right before this.
Ana, I know I don't play golf. First of all, what a great intro. Mentor, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're my mentor. You were the host. You taught me how to host a show when we did for WTTW. You taught me how to be on camera. And now I'm so good at it in my house, in my pretend,
like a classroom.
I look all buttoned up here. You know what? I don't play golf at all. And I have to tell you this. This is because this is funny. I'm still processing this because I am so pissed off. I just played golf. I played 9 holes. I was like, I don't want to play. I don't want to play. I'm not good at golf. I put my clubs away, retired, dragged me out there. Last hole, I tee off. I wasn't even going to play the last hole. Hit it into the parking lot. Can you see this?
No, put it in by the. Oh my God, where is
Shattered my buddy's back window.
No.
Why is it strange? Right there. Right there.
Pat.
That's going to cost me. That just happened.
Oh, and I'm not paying you for this.
And for some reason, I thought we were doing this an hour later. So I sat down to just have a little cocktail with these guys and apologize, exchange insurance information.
I know your cocktails. I know your cocktails.
Oh, man. Why was I out there?
Was it like a Kevin Bozeman kind of cocktail? Or you?
No, it wasn't. It was not a, I went to Marist High School out here on the south side, and it was with the Marist High School community. It was just a small group. We're still
Wednesday
gathering in large groups.
This is because it was Wednesday. That's why you ended up. You shouldn't have been playing golf.
No, I definitely should not have been out there.
And now you shattered your buddies. Oh.
I'm not working a lot these days, but I just went out and racked up a bill. The golf was free. I was like, oh, they invited me to play golf. This is free golf. Sure, I'll come and let me hit a ball into a parking lot. Shatter a window. Thanks, 2020. What a great year. Love this year. I'm keeping track of the cases back here. Can you see this, Anna? I'm keeping track of the...
Dude, I noticed. How are we doing?
Pretty good. Better than Florida.
Putting some pins in today? Putting some pins in?
Yes.
You are awful. Seriously, Pat, I know that you're complaining, but in 2020 has not been nice to any of us. But the show aired. Your first special ever has seen the light.
Right. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm excited about that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm that was like one thing that was I haven't been working a lot, so it was nice to be talking about that the last couple of weeks and have something to put out there. As you know, a lot of the live entertainment stuff doesn't really exist anymore. So for the time being, so I'm not complaining. I say these things knowing full well that it's we all have our challenges and we're all
No, but I have to say, you have a right to complain because you are part of the entertainment business. And what everybody said is that they shut you down first and they'll open you up last. So, yeah, you guys are the ones that suffer the most. Besides, of course, the essential workers that have worked through the whole thing and have gotten sick and so on. But in terms of industries and businesses, you traveled everywhere. You were traveling with Sebastian Maniscalco and on your own too.
Yeah, I was gone a lot. So that's been the silver lining, being home and not having that chaotic pace, and it's a little bit of a check back, and things aren't too as bad as we say, right? I mean, look at those flowers behind you. I'm so uplifted by your set. Beautiful. That is. Did Steve plant those? Outside of the
No, shameless plug. I have a flower shop in the neighborhood, and
you do?
Blossoms anytime. I gave her the vase. So here's the story.
Is it a flower shop or a florist? Is there a difference?
I don't know, but I think it's the same thing. I have a florist inside a flower shop. You see that vase, Pat?
Beautiful vase.
Okay, that vase is from our wedding almost 19 years ago.
No kidding.
Ask me how many times I've used it.
How many? This is the second time? What was the other? Was there a pandemic before?
No, this was, remember, in the early 2000s. Well, you were partying, but in the early 2000s, I would decorate with knickknacks when I didn't have kids. So I would put the bowl that matches the vase from Costa Boda that my mom made me sign up for because she thought I was going to be elegant like her and throw soirees.
That's great. Well, good. I like that florist.
Twice. If you look at the rest of the house, there is clothing hanging because we live in the city. So there's laundry, kind of like what you would see in the morning show. My children have been sequestered. The kitchen is a mess. So this is the only corner. I can only do this. And see, I make it a little cozy with the pictures of my family.
Look at all those books back there.
Get those books.
That's great.
I see your map and I show you my books.
We're so educated. We have to turn our homes into classrooms,
Are your kids going to school?
They are. They're going back.
Catholics don't play because Catholics don't play.
I mean, how many times are we going to fall for it? Thinking that the Catholics have everything figured out. Oh, no, we're good. We're good. We're looking for a hazmat suit and a specific plaid. It has to be a very specific, you have to be uniform. And
for Josie pleated in the front.
I mean, I don't know if how long it's going to last, but I guess they're going back.
Tell people you have 3 kids, and at this point, they're under what age?
They're 8, 7, and 5.
8, 7, and 5. At one point, there were 3 under 5.
Yeah,
and I got to tell you this story. I will never forget this. We were at Zany's, maybe shooting the show or doing comedy, and you go, Ana, Sarah's pregnant again. And it was your 3rd kid. And I went,
I know.
What, are you stupid? Or is there no like contraception on the south side? Like real nasty. Because Luke and Elliot are almost back to back.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's actually Luke spilled something the other day. He's like, I'm sorry, it was a mistake. I was like, you were a mistake.
Is that a Southside thing? Because they used to tell Mary that too. Sweary Mary's the 5th one, and they were open about it. They're like, you were.
Oh, really? The oops? Yeah, I mean, you hear that a lot. But no, we unintentionally, we just fell into, the stereotype, I guess. It's funny how many people.
You told me about how you had to tell your parents, and you were like, don't worry about your reaction. You should have seen my parents.
I can remember that because we were getting a lot of help from grandparents and stuff, and they were just like, really?
Yeah, it was like you had knocked her up and she was a teenager in high school.
Right. Which is funny. It's almost like now, if you had a pregnancy scare now, it's like, geez.
Pat McGann, you haven't done, you need to go get snipped.
I know I do. I really do.
Stop doing that thing that all of you guys do.
Right now, it's difficult to get in.
I don't care. I'll take you. I don't care. I'll take you. I'm difficult to get in. I
do have wine, by the way.
Nice.
What are you drinking? What kind of grape do you go with? Look at the fan. You're like Marilyn Monroe. Are you standing on a vent?
No, it's my premenopausal fan.
Steve's over there.
And look at this tacky coaster.
Oh, the Hawkeyes? Is he an Iowa grad?
Yes. Do you think I'm an Iowa grad? I don't even know where Iowa is. Too many cornfields. Pat, even Sebastian describes you. Sebastian Maniscalco, who produced your show, he even described you. I don't want to say, he didn't use this word, but I'm going to, as infuriatingly nice. You are such a nice guy. Like when I
gotta shake that moniker.
Well, the way you reacted to breaking your buddy's window, you noticed like you had an edge. And I've seen you with Toomey and with Kevin Bozeman and with all your friends, from.
You were gonna say Flanagan.
Yes, Jim. I was blanking out on Jim Flanagan and Jim and Tim Walco, all of them. I've seen you give them crap. I mean, you're not a goody two-shoes. You are not constantly looking at the best thing for everyone. But after you rip them apart and make fun of them, then you're worried about their health. Then you're worried about their families. And you befriend everyone. I remember, like, it's almost like, no, you don't have to be their friend. Yes, I do. I met you right before you getting married. And you struck a friendship with somebody. And in 5 months, you invited them to your wedding. I was like,
come on. Did I?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you later who it was. And I was like, you don't have to invite them to. You're so nice, Pat.
I know. I got to start being a jerk, I guess. I was waiting for things to go south. Now I'm going to be.
This is it.
Real mean.
But that to me contradicts what a lot of people think of stand-up comedians, that we have to be miserable people that had awful lives and that write from anger. I was told once by a friend of mine who's a comedian, like, you have to write from anger. And I'm like, but I'm not really angry. I just find a lot of things funny, but they don't come from anger. And for a while, that gave me a complex. Like, I was like, I better not get up because people are going to be like, what is she? What? That's not funny.
Well, actually, it gives you an advantage because you're not coming at it from the same angle as everyone else. Mm-hmm. And I agree. I think that it's like people think, oh, every comic is like a damaged person. And I'm not saying I'm not, I don't have issues like anybody else, but, I had a happy childhood, and, I have a good relationship with my parents. I've met your parents. I know that you do as well. And that you're a good person. Like, there's plenty of good people doing comedy. It's funny that people think that, but every profession, or it comes with its like stereotypes or things attached to it. And maybe by and large, there's a lot of comics that have more baggage than you and I, but I don't think that it makes you less funny to come from stability. I mean, we still have a sense of humor. I never thought of comedy as therapeutic.
No.
But I think I do maybe more now. Like, I've grown into that almost. Like, that it is a good outlet to, talk about some of your frustrations or things that annoy you. And the things that we were most passionate about are things that we love or things that we hate. And that's what we're probably going to talk about or write about in, when we're doing an act. So,
right. And take me back to growing up, because you are the youngest and the only boy in a family of 4.
3. I have 2 older sisters.
2 older sisters. So 2 girls, 1 boy, and you're the only performer in that family.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. That was the biggest thing about getting into this whole thing. That the performing part of it was the scariest element of it. Getting up on, because I think that where I live is is where I grew up too. Is very funny people. I'm surrounded by them, and sense of humor is a big thing. But as soon as you're like, I'm gonna go out there, then you worry about like, these things that creep in your head, like, why do you think you're funnier than anybody else, or who do you think you are? Like, who wants to hear from you, and so forth. And I see that still now with social media. You got to overcome that self doubt or that hesitation to be like out front and loud and being like, looking for attention, because you get called out on it. There's like a fine line of, begging for attention or trying to be funny. You don't want to like look like you're trying so hard. So that's been it.
Look at this little thing I'm putting on. Look at this little thing I'm putting.
Wait, who says this? Loved how he changed the subject. What subject did I change?
Yeah, you changed the subject about the vasectomy.
Oh, I did. Well, I just, I haven't had one. Well, you want to talk about that forever?
No, I want to scold you for not getting a vasectomy, and I'm going to call Sarah and tell her that she needs to get her tubes tied. That's it.
I know, we took our dog in right away, but I'm still out here capable of reproduction.
Do you think the vet would take you in? I mean, I don't think that they're that busy.
Yeah, just sneak in.
It's the same wiring.
It's gotta be similar.
And your dog was so expensive that at one point the vet's the only thing you're going to be able to afford.
That is true.
Can he get I love that bit. I thought you were going to get crap from the people who love dogs. He has a bit about how he needed an expensive dog that wasn't from the pound. And when you did that on WGM Morning News, I'm like, oh, he's going to get killed. Have you gotten backlash?
I have gotten like a couple notes here and there, but whatever. I mean, come on. It's a dog. Yeah. I love dogs. And I love my dog. I love my dog probably more than all the other dogs out there. But I do, sometimes it's like, by the way, WGM Morning News, you guys have been incredible. You guys are putting up huge numbers now too, huh?
Yeah.
We love you guys have been to me.
Oh my God. Well,
coming on that show.
The king and queen love you. And you know that if you have the king and queen in your bag.
Hey, I'm telling you, I've done some other shows. Coming off of that show, I don't think I've ever seen like a jump in, social media. And I mean, it's incredible the reach that it has. And I've gone, I've been lucky to travel the country a little bit and do other morning news shows. It's a rare thing, even, throw in New York and LA to have reach like that in a huge market like this. Pretty.
Patty would like you to know to suck it up and get it done. Now you can just do it in the office.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Just do it in the waiting room. I'll do it. I'll have the receptionist do it. Just
like an allergy shot.
I do in the parking lot. Someone will be up my nose testing me for COVID, and someone can.
Where did you conceive those children? Same concept.
Yeah, right.
I bet Sarah can YouTube this.
She probably could. Yeah, we'll do it at home.
When did you start? When a lot of people are like, why don't you make more? I make a lot of fun. Of my material comes a lot from my parents, right? I make fun of my parents. I make fun of my kids. I don't make that much fun of my husband. I've started.
Well, they're Puerto Rican. It's so easy to make fun of them. They're Puerto Rican.
You're saying that in a nice way, right? Not in a racist way? Okay.
Well, I want people online to be like, what did he say that? Are they friends? How did he? What? It's not on his map either, is it? Puerto Rico's not on his map.
It's not on his map. You better have Elliot draw Puerto Rico there. I don't care about Cuba, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico.
Hey, you know where I honeymooned, and you gave us a lot of good tips for our honeymoon. Remember you telling me to book at El Convento and.
Yep, in Old San Juan, and he went to Vieques. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, you have used your relationship with Sarah, obviously after getting married and after having the kids, a lot for your material. Is she cool with
it? You probably would know better than me. Has she ever texted you that she hates me?
No, she seems good.
You know what? That question comes up a lot, so I need to probably be a little bit more introspective and take some shots at myself. She's encouraging me to do that. She's been pointing out my deficiencies lately. No, she's cool with it. I think that she, as long as it's rooted in truth. I mean, obviously I exaggerate, and obviously it's, embellished and becomes a little bit absurd. That's the funny. But yeah, she rolls with it. I mean, I don't know. She doesn't listen to my podcast. So until she starts listening to my podcast, I'm just going to keep dealing on her.
Oh, yeah. My husband doesn't watch Around Town. So people at work will tell them, like, your wife did this and that. And he's like, were you on a trapeze this morning? I'm like, yeah, I was. Like, oh, okay.
I mean, it is amazing. And I've seen your reel refreshed so often on the Around Town. I mean, you could do that every few months. What you're doing is so cool. You must know everyone in the city and
I don't know everyone in every parish like you do.
What's the furthest you've gone for that? Not to turn things around and start asking you. What's the furthest location you've done?
Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Oh, really?
Yes, we did the air show.
See him make kids' overalls? Is that what it was for?
Listen, when we're that desperate in March, that may be an idea. Okay, don't knock it till you try it. I can make anything sexy. I've gone to a soap factory and made it sexy, and made it funny and made it interesting.
Oh, you always do. I think I saw that was during this shutdown. No, the soap thing.
Right before, conveniently, right before I told you where to get Method soap. A lot. What makes you angry, Pat?
What makes me angry? I mean, I can get annoyed about a lot of stuff. What makes me angry? I don't know. Let me think about that a little bit more. Like everything, I guess. Trying to narrow it down. You want me to be specific? I guess hypocrisy.
Yeah.
I say that being one myself. We all are. Are we not? I mean, if you walk it back to the most basic roots, I mean, I'm Catholic, but I'm hypocritical. I don't follow it, by step by step or by rule of law. But I think that when people take themselves too seriously, that doesn't make me angry, but I think
it annoys you.
It's annoying, and it's just like, I think if we all kind of were a little bit easier on ourselves, we'd be better off.
Sonia says hitting a golf ball through a car window.
Oopsie. I think she spelled oopsie wrong. That's not how you spell oopsie.
Oh, no, really? You're going to go after our viewers now?
Just kidding. I don't know.
Listen, people were like, no, he didn't. Did he just say something about Puerto Ricans? Look at that. They were ready to pound.
Looks like you don't know how to spell oopsie. 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 That's how I do it.
Is that how you do it?
No, I don't even know. I don't really.
You don't even know.
I don't walk around saying oopsie too much. Oopsie.
That sounds like
I spilled a little Cabernet on me. Oopsie.
Oops. Little cab.
Sonia, I feel bad about that. I'm going to start a GoFundMe to recover the cost of this excursion today. Because I'm telling you, I already said it, but I did not even want to go. And now I got this.
Oh, that sucks. It's like when you go somewhere you didn't want to go and they tow your car.
Yeah. Yeah, it is like that.
You're not, it's like, oh. So how has it been to be a big shot now with your own special and going on the Today Show with Hoda and whatever? Yeah. And
I'm just living the life, Anna. It's just,
I can see it.
No, I mean, it's nice. Like I said, it's good to have it out there, and kind of woke me up a little bit because everything has just been, our thing was just kind of cut off. Watching it, I didn't really I had to be part of the editing and but watching it, it's tough because in a way, because I miss that. I miss when we could all gather, and I miss doing stand up. I'm sure you do too. Just getting out there and doing sets, and but I'm trying to be positive about it. And Sebastian putting his name on this thing was huge. Obviously it doesn't happen without him, and the fact that he was willing to put his name on this and kind of try and pull me up the ladder a little bit using his platform, because it's hard to get one of these done these days. And it's not like people were pounding on my door or saying, let's shoot a special. But the fact that he wanted to do it made it possible. So very, very happy that it's out there. Makes you want to do another one, obviously, once you do it, you do it once. So I hope I get the opportunity to do that.
I bet you will. It was so good. I watched it with my 12-year-old and she loved it. She loves doing stand-up.
Amelia is so funny. I swore a couple of times though. I mean, I know.
Have you met Sweary Mary? She's been around my kids.
Was she upset with me?
No, she wasn't upset. She loved it. Now she says that she's going to buy me a bird cage.
Oh, that's good.
It resonates with your kids. Like when my friend Ellie Castro, when I took her to see him doing stand-up, then she would remember things that he would say randomly and throw them out there. And she's done the same thing since she watched your special. And she will say things like, and then we're going to put something here that says eat. And then she's trying material.
She is so funny. She'll be probably in the performing arts.
Yeah, she better not be better than me.
No, not possible. My daughter,
totally.
My daughter has a little bit of that too. She's, I think, the most intrigued by the fact that I'm doing stand up, and she seems to ask the most questions. And
really,
is it Wednesday Whine? Is it spelled that way? Whine?
Yes.
Oh, of course it is.
Because you're whining.
More whining.
Do you think people think it's because English is not my first language and I got it wrong? Do you think I should explain that?
No, not at all.
Okay, thank you.
People know.
So you were saying, so Josie, what does she ask you?
She's just was very curious about going to shows, and if I'll do a show or come back. She just asks questions, and she very much. I mean, all my kids have a sense of humor, which is fun to see. But I think that she is just thinks in that way. You know what I mean? You almost kind of see it.
I kind of love that it's your girl who is into it.
Yeah, me too. We really have a special relationship. I do with all my kids, obviously, but it's fun talking to her about it.
Not with that third one.
Yeah. It's funny though. It's like now they were starting to kind of realize what I was doing. I was able to take them to some places, and I took Joe's to New York for a weekend, and now it's kind of like hitting the brakes, put into the holding pattern. So that'll be fun to get back to some of that too.
It would be. I can't wait to be able to travel.
I want to bring them into Zanies. I think that is a great experience for, and I get it. It's a bar and they're saying adult things, but also, I mean, you look at a guy like Rick Cogan, right? Chicago legend, writes for and he talks about growing up in Old Town and going into these places where maybe you shouldn't be, but it also is a great thing to grow up with.
It's like friends of ours, like everyone who's watching, I'm sure if you're of a certain age, your parents took you to movies you weren't supposed to be watching, but they didn't have a babysitter. So
Right.
it's like, here, watch Scarface.
Exactly. Yeah. I had a strict upbringing in terms of like what we could watch or what we were supposed to watch. I don't know if you did too, but
yes, yeah. Plus, my dad was cheap and he didn't get cable for a long time, and yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I had like an adult childhood because my parents weren't the ones that took us to see kid movies. They weren't as many in the 80s, you know? Yeah. So I always went, they were like me, they outsourced it. So if I never went to Disney World with them because they hated Disney World. So they sent me with my aunt. Who hates Disney World?
I love it.
My mom and dad are like, it's hot. We hate the lines. Go with your aunt. We're not missing anything.
It's north of Puerto Rico.
But they don't stand in line outside of some merry-go-round with kids that are bitching about it being hot.
Well, we did it, and they're right. It's the waiting lines it's insanity.
You did it? You went with the kids?
We did. We did it through Elliot when Elliot was sick. We actually did it through Make-A-Wish. So we had an experience that
you went VIP. You went VIP.
Yeah. So it's like to go back without that, it would be even tougher.
Right. Right.
We did it.
Uh-huh.
Awesome. Yeah. They rolled out the red carpet.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think every kid's got to experience it if you can.
How was it doing stand-up during that period when Elliot was sick?
It was tough, I was lucky that I had the relationship I did with Zanies, and that they were, I was already kind of the house MC there. So I didn't have to travel a lot. But I remember like the first show having to, it's like, how can I try and be funny? And this isn't important and all of that. But, we got through that, and so many people in the comedy community and people I had met through doing what I'm doing had helped us really get through that. So it was good.
Yeah. Elliot is, he's in remission, right?
Yeah. So our son was diagnosed with leukemia when he was like 1.5 years and had a 3.5 year treatment. And, the first year in particular was really grueling, and he was very sick when he was diagnosed. So it was tough. It's almost like, I didn't even talk about it a lot when it was going on, other than when we were, had to talk about it. But looking back and going through this now, that it really has affected our perception of this pandemic. You take it a little bit more seriously. Like we've been through some of that stuff, and it's definitely had its impact on all of us here. But he's doing awesome, and I'm really proud of him, and he's kicking ass. Can we say that on Wednesday Whine?
Yes. Did you ever find the funny in any of that? You know how people will use that and find the funny in it, or would you rather pass, like just turn the page and move on?
Yeah, I had a few jokes about it, but I was
I've never heard those.
At some point I didn't feel very clean about it, but sometimes but I had one joke. My dad was, I was just saying, like, you don't even know what to say during these times, right? Like even my own dad, he was like, I would do anything to trade places with you. And I was like, well, that would mean that your son had cancer, and that's me. So
I remember that one.
I did do that one.
I remember that one.
But yeah, I mean, there were things that my wife and I would, I'd say my wife and I to you, but Sarah, just Sarah and I would laugh about going through it, and people that we met, you just laugh through everything. That's just the way, right? I mean, I know we're even laughing through this a little bit. Everyone is.
Well, we kind of have to. Look, Teresa's asking, do any of your friends try to tell you what's funny or a joke to use? Especially those that are not in comedy.
Yeah, right. You could answer that. Sure, yeah. People be like, oh, I don't know if you want to put this in your act, but and they'll point something out that's funny, or you could put this in your. It's like I'm good. I always think about I always think about Larry Reeb. Larry's got the joke that sums it all up. Like you could, he was getting his oil changed, and the guy's like, "You ever hit your elbow?" And like they find it funny, like you're funny, like I don't know, it's a funny elbow, funny bone joke or whatever. He's like, you could use that, and Larry is like, "Yeah, if I want to work at Jiffy Lube," which is pretty perfect.
Who do you watch in comedy? Who do you love?
I don't watch a ton. I watch. I like watching some of the older stuff. I just pulled up a Richard Pryor special that they put on Netflix. I see Sebastian all the time, being on the road with him. So I obviously watch a lot of him, and I love Bill Burr. So funny.
Bill Burr is very funny. Yeah.
I'll see stuff on social media. I was in Atlantic City, and I was doing a show there. I was opening for Sebastian, and Kathleen Madigan was working the club there.
Oh, she's good.
After my set, I went down and watched her, and she's phenomenal. I remember seeing her before I got into stand-up. We were in New York City, our whole family. This is before I was even knew Sarah. I was just there with my parents and cousins, and we went to Caroline's, and it was unbelievable. It was Mike Birbiglia was hosting. I mean, he was just starting out, and Ted Alexandro, who's very funny. Do you know Ted? He's a funny dude.
I don't know Ted. No, I have to find out.
He had a great classic bit about like New Year's Eve and old Roman times, like the countdown, like X, IX, VII, I, like the whole. And then Kathleen Madigan was headlining.
Wow.
So it was a great show, which is cool when you walk into a comedy club, because you really have there's a very good chance you're going to see someone that is going to blow up. Certainly here in Chicago.
That's the best part of it. Yes. Teresa has really good questions. Do you ever think of something that is funny and you crack up while you're writing it, but then it doesn't go over well in the crowd?
Yeah, sure. All the time. Right. We're always trying stuff out that doesn't connect, and you think that you have,
but then we blame the audience.
Yeah. Then it's them, these idiots.
You know that I learned that from you guys. I've never met a profession where you blame the crowd.
Right.
So when
if you're blaming the crowd all the time, it's not the crowd.
It's you. You should move on. But yeah, it was interesting because the way that you guys study the crowd, I've never seen anything like that. So when I started doing stand-up, I come from news and improv, but more on TV. So I don't ever get a reaction. So the way that you and Mike and Jim and everyone, right, and Lucky and the people that I work with Mikey O, the way that you guys read the crowd as you go on and off stage is really interesting. And it's not that you badmouth them. It's that, okay, they're hot. Nope, they're tired. Right. The way you know that the 7 o'clock they're going to be awake, the 9 is going to be great, but the midnight they're going to be wasted, and it's going to be bachelorette parties. I can sit there and listen to you guys the entire night without performing, because I'm like, oh my God, really? Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's funny that it's, there's Sarah.
Look how pretty she is. She's so pretty.
She brought some wine in.
And these are for
Anna. Oh, she's on the headphone. She can't.
Sorry, I had to break in. Josephine made this. So true.
Oh, let me see. Oh my God, I didn't see what it said. I love you guys.
We love you.
We're always drinking wine at 5 o'clock.
Sarah, 2 things. Do you mind that he makes so much fun of you?
No, Anna, I feel like as long as he's making a living, and now it's just Zoom shows.
I got to pay for that window.
And I'm laughing because Anna and I were both scratching our heads like, where is he? As I'm clearing out the alley weeds and stuff. It's because he broke a window, because he's so terrible at golf. So that's why if you ever picked it up, I would literally murder him.
And then as we say goodbye, you say goodbye to me. You don't have to go because people will probably want to ask the wife of a stand-up comedian, how is it to live with this thing? Hey, Sarah.
Here, you guys just talk. I'm out of here. Thanks, Anna. I'm going back to.
Oh my God, no, stay, fool. Sarah, we need to book him an appointment with the vasectomy doctor.
I know, right? Yeah. We can't rely on those high school methods anymore. Not that we're relying on them too much, really, but.
Is she not beautiful? Look at my friend Sarah. People are saying, oh my God, she's beautiful. She is beautiful. She's an attorney too. She's very smart. When you came home with a comedian, what did your parents say?
I mean, at that point, he was selling packaging, so I don't know what was worse.
I think it's even worse when you go, he's not doing that anymore. Now he's going to do stand-up.
You knew it. I had a chance when I started doing the Chicago stand-up project with you. That's when it really started to almost get real, right?
I'll never forget those Prada shoes you wore. No, it was.
Did she wear Prada?
Oh, she had such a bang-up, awesome
Yeah, but they were like $90. I bought them at an outlet. They were vintage.
Yes. No, I've always believed that Pat was so funny. And when I found like a big stack tower of 5-star notebooks, literally when I moved into his place, I'm like, what are these one-liners? So it was really on his bucket list, try stand up. And then far up or down the list was get on Letterman. And he did both. And so I'm like, keep going. It was great.
Oh, thanks.
It's so awesome. That is so nice. She's extremely supportive and still had children with you, which is really, quite. Are they coming? Is it who's coming?
I did want to. This is very Anna. I wanted to show you because you're my fashion. So this is the mask.
There's Elliot and Luke.
Oh, here.
There's Elliot and there's Luke. Oh my goodness! Is this shirtless summer Elliot style?
What's that?
Is it shirtless summer Elliot style?
You watch the middle of this during the pandemic, and this guy, he thinks he's Axel. You watch the middle. I want to recommend it to any family that's out watching.
I've watched it.
We're late to the game. So I don't know if you watched it in real time, but we finished it actually the other night. We binged it during this whole thing. Guys, I don't know if we're gonna make this an adult show, family hour. This is Wednesday Whine, and even though she doesn't spell it right, we are joking.
But they're so cute. Don't they look like models? I mean, seriously, Meg, this is not right. And then poor Josie right now is writing material.
Oh. Yeah, they're gonna go play.
She's smoking in the back.
Yeah, right?
Yes. Are your kids right there?
My kids are right here, but they don't care anymore.
Oh, they don't want to say hi?
Alex likes to hang out. No, I tell him to go away. If he heard his name, he may come out because he loves it.
We get to just crash it with both wife and kids. I would love to get a glimpse of yours. I love me some Steve and.
I know.
Alex.
Steve, come here. Sarah wants to see you. Amelia, ven acá.
It's a special, significant other episode.
My mom is watching, and she's probably like, "See, I thought Pat McGann was gonna, be proper. His wife's so nice. They look like the Kennedys."
Yeah.
And now, Sarah came in, and she wants to see you. And Elliot doesn't have a shirt on.
Yes.
Hey, Steve, what's up?
Hi, Steve. How are you?
Oh my God.
I'm just seeing him in the background while you're
studly with his.
He's studly, yeah.
He's studly.
Elliot is very studly.
That's not even like a muscle shirt. That's just pure muscle.
Sweary Mary likes your shirt.
Oh. Steve, lean in again. Does the fan move your hair too?
Does the fan move your hair? McGann wants to know.
There you go.
A little.
There is a little there. One hair.
I can see it. It's flickering.
Totally.
It's flickering. Yeah. Bit. So there's Steve. We just celebrated our 22nd anniversary of dating.
Wow. Are you serious?
That's awesome.
Look how happy he is. How happy I make him. Come in.
I'm 20 years old.
Happy anniversary, you guys.
Thank you. Where's our daughter? And our children don't want to come out?
I'll make it happen.
Okay, make it happen.
That's what the dads do.
That's what the dads do.
Happen. We don't get credit for it, but we make things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after we tell you what to make happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anna, we'll just brush over that one. I have to ask, what was the first date for you and Steve? Did you already discuss it?
We went to Mia Francesca's Come here, Pat McGann and Sarah McGann want to see you. And come here and tell Pat how awesome his special was.
Wait, Anna, Mia is the one at Clark in school?
Huh?
Mia, the one at Clark in school? Hi, Amelia.
Amelia, we miss you.
Sarah says she misses you. Here, so you can hear them and tell Pat how good his special was. Here. No, the other ear. Dale.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, beautiful?
Good to see you. I heard you got a birthday.
Yeah, her birthday's October 3rd.
Yeah.
And her dream is to go see Jimmy Fallon because she wants to be the next Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, it's a great
that'd be
dream.
great.
And then there's
Wow, is he a bat?
Alex?
He's like a
he's
bat.
a bat.
Came down from the ceiling. You just repelled.
Oh my
He
god.
stinks to high hell because he just came from soccer camp. God.
Steve just hold him up over the. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
well,
very-
Steve is 6 feet, so he's holding him up. Okay, there you go. There he is. Can you say hi to them again?
Alex.
What's the
Alex, pon la oh, there.
You're too big.
Oh man, so cute.
Amelia, tell Pat how much you enjoyed his special.
It was really good.
Oh, thank you so much.
Such a great job.
What were your favorite parts?
How are your friends? Trying to do that younger demo.
Yeah, tell your friends.
Don't tell him. Don't listen.
Listen, what parts did you like?
I like the one about the bird cage. I want one now. I
Nice.
see why you want, and the signs. The signs around the house because I remember seeing those when we went to.
Right.
Good state then, all of us.
Well,
Girls.
thanks to Sarah, we know where to eat.
Amelia, do you spend a lot of time on TikTok?
Yes.
I feel like that's the platform you got to go after.
Yeah.
You could blow up on there.
Did you hear that? That you can blow up on there.
Try to look
I
on
tried.
Somebody told her to also start like a YouTube channel and start putting her.
Comedy through there.
For comedy there?
Doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so savvy.
What's that comedian that plays the guitar that you had me listen to the other day?
Oh, no,
Not Tiny Tim.
I remember his
That's what
name.
happens when you marry old.
He's Argentinian and in his 30s. Now I remember his name.
No, the
I know, but yelling at me is gonna help me remember.
Give me this. We're done. I'm gonna write a book for you guys for when Josie becomes a preteen.
Okay, that might happen tomorrow. So we need them
So there's a comedian guy, Pat, that sings. And she's like, Mom, he sings his bit. And I was like, this is gonna be awful. He's kind of funny.
Oh, really?
He's in his 30s. He's of Argentinian descent. Apparently his dad was an Argentinian singer that passed away when he was really young, when the comedian was really young. And oh my God, I can't think of his name, but
I think
do you know his name?
Told me the storyline of what's that Pixar movie? Guitar?
Coco.
Yeah.
I love
No sea come mierda, Pat. No.
His dad died. Great singer.
I'm sorry to have cursed
It's Coco.
my friends from my whole. It's not
Wasn't
Coco.
real, Anna. You're
Amelia's looking for it.
Oh my gosh. Anna, at what point do you get the earbuds? Like what level of success?
When the pandemic hits and you need to block everyone out.
Okay, because we're still at this level, even on the Today Show. I was
These aren't
like
plugged in now, but this is what I've been wearing.
cringing.
Anna was so mad. Also, that I had a Yahoo email.
Morgan J.
Well,
What's his name?
Morgan J.
Morgan J is his name. Morgan J.
Oh,
I'm gonna write that down. Thank you.
Morgan J. And it's really interesting.
myself, but I guess we're plugging Morgan J. If you guys like funny stuff, check out Morgan J. Don't worry about me. I got these bullshit headphones. Sorry,
That's
Amelia
right.
can't hear me.
She can't
She
hear.
can't hear me. She's.
And a
Well, I'm a
and a
loser.
Yahoo account.
I'm going nowhere.
He has a Yahoo account with his full name. Did they give it to you at First Communion?
What is that? I mean, they weren't even that.
Our daughter got COVIDed out on her first communion. Josephine just got moved to middle of September.
Yeah.
Is that a term now? COVIDed out?
Right?
I just made it up.
See you out.
You want to make it up? You want to take it from here?
Yeah.
Run with it? Throw that up?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say it tomorrow.
So now the big thing is, I mean, communion masks and like how like really like graceful and classy they can look. So Etsy is making a killing there.
I bet Etsy's making a killing there.
Slit in there like a mail slot for that first communion. Just lift it up. Little disc.
But I like doing this, which apparently you don't.
You have a nice tongue.
That's gone now, right? No one's gonna.
Dude, you must be a lot younger than me because when I did the first communion, it was tongue out.
Really? Well, you're more traditional. I think
we're literally the same age.
I'm turning 46 on Sunday.
Oh, okay, we're not.
So much younger than that. So.
I'm right behind you. I'm 43 right now.
We're like this.
No, I'm 44. I'm 44.
I love how after our 40s we have to do the math and we're like, when was I born? And what year is it? So we were still, but in the United States, they always did the hands on. I found it so progressive. Like, yes, this is my body of Christ. Let me do it.
Well, my parents always said when they were growing up, they put it like on a platter. And like, it was like on a thing. Like the priest didn't even touch it, I think.
That's more sanitary.
Yeah, they might be going back to that.
Yeah.
And this wine thing, I never, no, that was not my thing.
No.
Now you're on Wednesdays?
Tight 10, Pat McGann.
Reservations for Mass. Have you guys done that yet? It's
no, remember, no, because I'm married to a Jewish guy. There's the half naked boy again. I'm gonna have. You look good, brother. You look good. The thing is that he waves too. He's like, they are so good.
We just watched Forrest Gump yesterday, so he's.
I just acting that this was for work, and he was like, "Geez, okay." But
he said, Dad doesn't even have a job. What are you talking about?
It was
work.
It was a code blue. Luke's chain broke on his bike that's older than him, and so I just told them to grab it.
Oh, are they out there alone?
They're out there. There's a whole little like crew of kids that just run the block. They go around the church. We're right across from our school and church, and run up and down. And yeah, I mean, we're really crazy about crossing the streets and stuff. So we're just kind of trusting them now enough to drink wine with you in this.
We're cool. Outdoor play with. There's only a few people they see, but they're not like out going to people's houses and.
Yeah.
Maybe we should say goodbye so you could take care of your children.
No,
well, you know,
we can see them.
It's a village.
Do you find that they will like other parents will be like, "Oh, I told them to stop that" kind of thing?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, and I welcome that.
I love that.
Yeah, please.
I love that because then they go like,
yeah.
I yelled at our cousin's dog the other day. Their dog came over, and our dog and their dog are like besties, and I yelled at both the dogs, but their dog was a part of it. And
that sounded so bougie.
Josephine was so upset.
Your very expensive dogs? Were they both bougie dogs?
No, but I'm saying like people freak out now. Like, yeah, if my kid does something wrong and you're an adult and you can say something, say something.
Yeah.
The kids, they're like, he just said that to me. But I'm saying I said something to the dogs, and the fact that it was our cousin's dog, Josephine, you can't talk to her. You can't talk to Meadow like that. And then she ran out and told on me. Told her sister.
Did you tell her what my Chicago husband has been telling my kids since they were little? Nobody likes a narc.
No.
Right.
Oh, we call it a rat. Yeah. And I'm constantly.
We call it a rat.
We call it a rat.
I'm constantly.
That's why we have them take their shirts off. We want to make sure they're not wearing a wire. They gotta be shirts off. I want to see.
Yeah.
Come at me.
Yeah, it's like 21 Jump Street. They're all wired up.
I have to like force myself to take their side in like you dispute between them because I automatically side with the friend and then they have to prove me wrong.
That happens to me too. I also side with the teachers too.
Drinking while our kids are outside talking about parenting. Take our advice. We know how to do it.
This is it. This is it. You know what? That the rest that, like you said, this is what this should be told at those bachelor parties.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's listen to us.
Contained to the black, full disclosure. So
yeah, contain that. But honestly, now that Amelia's almost 13, she's been hanging out with her girlfriends and walking around our neighborhood.
Sure.
And there's she's upgraded to a smartphone that is not an iPhone because I take those stands and she'll never have an iPhone until she's like an 8th grade or a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
But I'm like I inch very close to that, but
Yeah.
I don't get her an iPhone. So I got her a smartphone so she can text better and not like my 80-year-old father who's like 11111122222 because she used to have a flip phone. And you kind of have to teach them to walk around and
Did you
become aware?
have you felt that you relented a little bit, because we did in terms of like Fortnite? Like we weren't our kids probably would not have Fortnite.
We bought a Switch. I'm, like we say in Spanish, con eso te lo digo todo. I'm telling you everything with that. We bought I know it sounded sexy. Sarah was like, ooh. No, I'm telling you everything with like we bought a Switch, and I swore that my children would never have those kinds of video games where it would dominate our TV. And it hasn't been bad. Right now, they don't play it constantly. What's really funny is that the 7-year-old that was born in the middle of all of it can leave it or take it and plays like a regular boy. But the one who, like, Amelia was born when the iPad came out or the smartphone came out. She's the one who's like, right?
Right.
Now I'm saying that the climate being what it is, like they're not seeing their friends as much, and they're not able to socialize as much. So we've like relented on some of that because they can connect with these kids online.
Yeah.
So playing with kids and talking to them, which it's unfortunate that it has to be in that way, but I feel like
you just have to keep an eye out because they understand these things better than you. And then all of a sudden she was playing Roblox and had an uncomfortable conversation with someone she didn't know. And I'm like, wait, you can talk to people in this thing? I didn't know that.
Right.
So then you have
they'll get Wi-Fi on our toaster. They were on the microwave the other day. They just hit like poultry and defrost, and they're like, just put your Netflix password in. We can watch shit on the microwave.
Listen, again, this is why Sarah needs to label everything in your house.
They'll like tape a device to their back and just walk upstairs. Like,
I think the Fortnite
like Die Hard.
is to like our detriment because I go down there maybe once a day, collect cereal bowls and stuff. And sometimes it's a little bit of a mom tantrum, like, where are all these things coming from? Put this away. And I'm being listened to by the neighbors, and maybe we'll drop a not so nice word. So that it keeps me on my toes.
It's really interesting because your neighbors can hear you from the console.
Their boys are like, one is not happy about those
messenger, Facebook Messenger things. Like around 7:00, no one should be allowed to do that because by then I'm really tired and I'm like, hang up! And I'm a yeller. I know you're shocked.
So am I. No, it must be Puerto Rican Irish.
Yeah, it clearly is.
I want to talk about you yelling because I yell too sometimes. Sometimes. No, I do yell. Do you?
We're supposed to laugh at that. He yells all the time.
That didn't work.
Do you?
Move on.
Do you think that like that? When you say you're a yeller, what do you mean? I want you to elaborate.
Yeah, we don't believe you because we are real yellers.
I yell. At the beginning, I yell.
Were you more aware of?
Huh?
When you were in a condo, were you more aware of yelling?
Yeah, but that doesn't stop me. After the yelling is when I go, oh my God. We don't have front door neighbors. We haven't had front door neighbors for a year and a half, and it's been a blessing.
Okay.
But we have third floor neighbors who probably don't like us because during this pandemic, Alex there's 2 basketball hoops hung in here, mini basketball hoops, but he's played knee hockey. So they have a baby. So they've asked us to keep it down after like 7:30 or 8 when the baby was being sleep trained. So I spend a lot of time, stop running, soft feet, stop running. But everyone here is loud but Steve.
Yeah.
And so I yell every command. Like I talk to them, right? And to save my voice, I talk to them and I go, let's go to dinner and whatever. But yeah, that whole thing about hiding your stress because kids shouldn't see you lose it. I don't lose it. I lose I go berserk. And I'll say things like, if I was dead, you'd figure it out. That kind of thing.
Yes, same.
And Alex will say things to me like he'll make fun of the way that what?
I just want some dinner. If I were dead, You figure it out.
She didn't know how to put on sheets on her bed.
Oh yeah.
And I said, figure it out, because I was dead. You'd have to figure it out. And at that moment, Steve got off the toilet and ran to help her out.
I think that is, first of all, yelling to be nice for neighbors is teaching empathy. And that right there is just teaching survival. There's nothing parental. I mean, I'm terrible. Luke threatened to like just leave the house and run down the street. And I said, remember Adam at Sears? Like, I tell them the stories about kids being taken and like.
Oh, I tell them, so we don't mince words with what's going on in the city and what can happen to them.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are things that I want them to sleep at night and I don't want them to, but yes, I'm the one, you know, I was raised by a very catastrophic mom. So anything is, you will fall and you will die. You know, it's not like you'll hurt yourself. No, you will die.
Right.
Oh, that's all I hear when it's like, you want to go to the beach? You're like, oh, to drown? You want the kids to drown? Is that what you want? Oh, okay.
Oh, great.
We're going to the dunes. Oh, to fall into the dune? To go into
All right.
the pit of sand?
Yeah, that's what
I hear. But that's
when you told me, and maybe it's a Catholic thing, when you told me that you were camping at the dunes, I was like, ay, Dios mío, those kids are going to sink right in. They're going to sink right in. They're little.
That's what
and they're not heavy.
I want that again. Adios.
It's gonna be.
Adios.
Ay, Dios mío. I thought, así, mira, iba Elliot walking. Stop.
Is that a que lástima? Que barbaridad?
Mío is, oh my God. Que lástima is, I'm so sorry. Que lástima is what I was going to tell you when we had to rescue Elliot from the hole.
Oh, yeah. What's que barbaridad?
Que barbaridad is, that's awful.
Que mala suerte?
That's such bad luck.
That's how negative I am. I remember all the bad shit.
Me.
Que mala suerte.
When in those
or oof. Remember oof?
Oof. But pero que, nobody says that. That was on your textbook.
What's pero que?
No, but what is pero que? That's a direct translation. And now I'm going to get a bunch of people like she's translating that all wrong.
Oh,
yeah.
But this is Puerto Rican Spanish.
Stay on topic about the dune holes. Sorry.
The dooms. Our kids call them the dooms.
Mm-hmm.
The dooms.
OOM. They were like, let's go run another doom. I'm like, okay.
Stop. You know what? Sarah is very Pinteresty, very Etsy.
Oh.
And were you imagining the camping trip was going to be beautiful?
So I grew up camping. It probably wasn't very, Pinterest-like, but my dad enjoyed it and was just made it look easy. So fortunately, my brother-in-law, he gets a lot of fulfillment for it. And Pat was a great, second in command, right? And
yeah, I had to follow my brother, Terry. Have you met Terry? He has.
I probably have.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had what we needed. He had a plan. And, yeah,
you need a leader in that.
I was like
a
this little helper. I felt a little bit like.
It's like boating. You always want a friend who has a boat and does everything.
Right. This is like a couple notches.
But Anna, it's no joke. It's like a lot of work. We had to go get water for the campsite. You're doing dishes outside. It's like you're.
Mira, Pat, I did not move to a first world country from the island.
Right.
To go get water and poop in the bushes.
Right.
Count me out.
I think that's very, very smart of you.
No, my mother used to say that. I took my parents apple picking.
Yeah, just to
once
off the bat.
I took them apple picking. I will never hear the end of that because we went.
That's bougie.
We went too late in the season. The apples were all putrid.
Oh. December?
October.
It's a fall thing, isn't it?
October, but I went, let's say October 8th. And my father, who is Mr. Positive, is outside this farm in Indiana, like, Ave Maria, smell the fresh air. And my mom's like, I see the highway right there, Mario. What fresh air are you talking about? Why am I in Indiana where I wanted to be in the metropolis of Chicago? I can buy an apple at the supermarket. And my father's like, enjoy that. My dad's eating them off the tree. And Alex is in the car seat, sucking his thumb, refusing to come out.
Oh gosh.
Steve is pissed because I took him to a farm that was going to take 45 minutes, and because there was an accident on the Skyway, it took an hour and a half.
Right.
Just to go get it.
Just to go get a ton of apples that you're going to say you're going to make apple crisp and you toss them out. But it's the experience, and you can take some pictures, do a little page in your book, and move on. Check the box.
Did you see all those people, all those influencers that went to that sunflower farm and made it look like it was Chicago?
No, I missed that.
Oh, it was like an hour and a half. And they took their outfits and pranced around. And I could only imagine Amelia loving it and then bitching about the heat.
Right.
And Alex being bored and me complaining that I couldn't see the Sears Tower. No.
No, I do think that this is sort of regulating us all with those experiences and like frivolous. I mean, you can just enjoy right here, sitting on the front.
Right here, having some wine, hoping the kids are not Road Navarro and Senmark and Cermak, or no one stole them.
Out there with a stranger, they're fine.
All right, Pat, tell everybody where they can find, when's mom gonna get home? The mom would be that gorgeous, smart woman you see.
When's mom gonna, now that you could tell it was named before the
pandemic.
Because now it's like, when is mom not gonna be home? When is dad not gonna be home?
Yeah, we can't believe dad is home, is what it should have been.
Yeah.
I didn't even know him. This has repaired our marriage. So thank you, COVID, for one thing.
For one thing. I know. Yeah. They can find it where?
Amazon, I think is the easiest. It's on YouTube. It's on Apple TV. But really, you just like Google it. I just say look it up.
Amazon Prime is probably the most.
No, Amazon is.
Listen, don't take any internet information from a guy.
You put Sebastian's
who has a Yahoo.
Exactly.
No,
does he
it's
have
on
any
Amazon.
Credibility with the.
Go to Amazon. Check it out.
It's great.
Go to the Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the Amazon.
They're struggling these days. They need more money. Help Jeff Bezos.
The McGanns will get a quarter out of it.
Right.
I wish.
Well, no, it's great. It's nice because it's a little reference to what life was, but not too far out, right? We're gonna get back there.
I hope so, because I miss it.
It's just like a little escape for people, and
it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Kids and just Amelia likes it, so that's all people know.
I know. All right, I love you guys. Thank you for joining me.
Love you, Anna.
Go pay for that window. Go to. I love it. Can you send that girl a kiss from me? We got to get together socially distanced soon.
Yes. I'm sorry we had to get an Amber Alert on him at the golf course, but thank you.
People didn't even know about that.
It's this way, babe. It's this way. This one.
Forget that.
Thank you, Anna.
I mean, you graduated from Marist. Please behave yourself.
Thanks, Anna.
Thank
All right, bye guys. Have a good one. All right, everyone. So there you have it. Pat McGann, Sarah McGann joined us today. I'm sorry, but it became like a friend's conversation, which is what this Whine Wednesday wine is all about. I finished my wine. I feel much better. You guys always make me so happy to be here on a Wednesday, and you help me get through the next 2 days of the week. I hope I help you too. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for joining us. Leave us a comment. And you can find Pat McGann on social media and also Amazon Prime and also iTunes. All right. Have a great night, everybody.